Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and today is Monday, November 30th, and I'm bringing to you Yogananda's Whispers from Eternity as my husband and I alternate and do every weekday at 12 o'clock. Today's prayer demand is a little longer. In fact, it's a lot longer than any of the other ones we've done prior to this. And it's interesting because it's called number 182, Demanding Forgiveness. And so obviously a very big subject, and he addresses it here in this prayer demand. Teach me to behold myself in others as I try to explain away my own faults to myself, or if I correct myself, I do so silently. So teach me, Lord, to accept, understand, and forgive others, and sometimes only quietly, to suggest to them how they might correct a fault if they so wish. Through kindly tolerance, while shunning the blind brutality of impatient egos. Ooh, what a phrase. Let me lead all stumbling ones, stubborn in their erring, to thee. Help me to see that thy light shines equally everywhere on good, diamond bright souls, and as much so on coal black evil beings. Guide my understanding and invigorate my powers, that I may transform darkened, hate-filled minds into sparkling gems, which fully reflect thy impartial wisdom rays. Long ago didst thou wipe away the soot of desire and indifference covering my own soul. Long now has it shone with thy light. I discovered wonderingly that I had always been thy child. Enable me now to wash all souls clean with thy love, to see and treat every dark souls as thy children also, and as my very own sleeping brothers and sisters. Thy light hides within the most gloom-shrouded soul, waiting to be revealed and appreciated by all at last. They themselves can bring their own hidden splendor by self-effort and by the good company of those who are seeking thy ways. Whenever I meet such a self-punishing soul brother, help me to treat him softly with patience. Make me ever ready to help all those truth repudiating souls who now wish to be awakened. For thou givest even to the condemned murderer a fresh chance to be better in a new and unknown body, perhaps in a new environment with new influences to mold him. Even so, teach us to offer shelter in the haven of forgiveness to the world forsaken. O Spirit, may the sunshine of our love, which comes from thee, dispel the chill from all air-frozen souls. Thou dost eagerly wait to reveal thyself to entire worlds if they want to emerge from the sea of wrongdoing. Thy silence before those error-steeped worlds demonstrates thy patience, and and thy ever proffered forgiveness. Preferred. Okay. Teach us not to deny the sweetness of help, even to those persons who try us bitterly with wounding words or even with blows. Without any expectation of them whatsoever, let us help others to help themselves. In the meantime, let us ever forgive them, even those who turn against us, because we, respecting their free will, have ceased to help them. Teach us to forgive even those who most offend us, forgiving them inwardly first, and then, as we find them receptive, forgiving them outwardly. Help us to scatter fragrant flower petals of forgiveness and return sweet speech for every sour word, smiling love for all hatred, heartfelt kindness for people's anger, and brotherly or sisterly goodness for every injury. May we feel that even the most inky dark soul is immortal, that he is only dreaming in perfection. Inspire us to awaken him with divine forgiveness to the consciousness of his eternal, celestial sonhood, of his inherent purity, and of the deathlessness of his soul. Wow, that's a big one. Forgiveness is indeed, I don't think I know anyone who hasn't needed to either unload their own heart of resentfulness and feel more forgiving, or be forgiven for errors we have made. I won't speak long because this was a long prayer demand and it was rich with meaning. But I know I find for myself that it's helpful to think that ultimately it's only God who forgives. And that doesn't mean some faraway God and with a big white beard in heaven somewhere. It's the highest, it's the divine that resides within each and every one of us. And when that, from that very highest place, we can feel forgiveness and even express forgiveness as an instrument of God. In that way, we become more free of the thought that it's not the ego forgiving, it's the ever eternal, flawless soul that is forgiving. And it's forgiving the ever eternal, flawless soul that resides within whoever has done us harm or harmed someone we love or know, or even someone we don't know. When we think about the horrors going on in some places in this world at any one point in time, genocides really, there is an awful lot of people who would benefit from living more and more in the spirit of forgiveness and feeling that forgiveness coming energetically from others around the world. And so at the tail end of this Thanksgiving weekend. It's actually Monday now, but it was close enough. Um, Let us fill our hearts with gratitude, and let us remember that forgiveness flows from the divine soul within us, and it flows naturally to all those in need. Joy to you. And my husband is in seclusion this week, so I will see you again tomorrow.